In China, Li Qiang has been appointed as premier, the nation's second highest post. It follows his nomination by President Xi Jinping. Li is now tasked with running the government and managing the economy. His post was confirmed during the annual parliamentary session. It's the first time it's taken place in full in 3 years after being scaled back during the pandemic. For more, we can speak to journalist Fabian Kretschmer, who joins us from Beijing. Hi to you, Fabian. So tell us why Li Qiang was chosen for the premiership.
Yeah, I think for once, his pro-business background, we know that he, until recently, served as a party secretary of Shanghai, the #1 economic city of the country. And during that time, his record is quite solid. He attracted a lot of foreign businesses, and most notably Tesla, to Shanghai. And if you talk to CEOs or startup founders, most of them praise him. They say he's quite pragmatic. He listens to their concerns. So there's that. But on the other side, he's also a very strong ally of Xi Jinping. They've been knowing each other for a very long time, and he's very loyal to Xi. I mean, that was also very clearly visible directly or just 1 year ago. Li Qiang, as party secretary of Shanghai, implemented a very radical 2 months lockdown, which basically brought the economy to a standstill, and many Shanghai residents were really suffering from food shortages in the first 2 weeks. And I mentioned this explicitly because Beijing gave the order to implement the zero COVID strategy, and Li Qiang followed. So he's really kind of, you can say, a party soldier who implemented Xi Jinping's order. And I think he was also in some way rewarded for his loyalty. So you have those two aspects who are also a little bit a contradiction to itself.
Well, we should also mention that over the past few years, President Xi has actually been shifting the power of the premier to party institutions. So will the premier role that Li is going to be filling even allow him to make any kind of meaningful reforms?
Yeah, that is a very crucial question. What we know definitely that the role of the prime minister has been diminished. He doesn't hold as much power as he used to. So there's that. But on the other hand, I'm mildly optimistic. Li Qiang, he already gained the trust of Xi Jinping a long time ago. So I think that will make things easier. And we know that during the National People's Congress, the growth target for this year was set at around 5%. That is lower than expected. And that goes to show that probably the focus for this year's economic development is not on numeric growth itself, but also it leaves some room for reforms. And those reforms are really needed to make the economy here more sustainable and to, for example, boost consumption here. And I think Li Qiang is probably the right person to do that. Whether he will go all the way that what he wishes to, we don't know yet. We will have to see in the coming months.
All right, that was journalist Fabian Kretschmer reporting for us from Beijing. Fabian, thank you so much.